Enough is enough. Remember that song, Donna Summers? And I think Barbara Streisand sang with her. Yeah. Some of you have had enough with the situation. Thinking it might be a love relationship, but it could also be business. We'll see what the cards say. Some angels, gods, and goddesses. Tell me something good. Angel of pleasure. Take pleasure in the things you do. That's one of the things I learned through my process, okay? And I do speak about myself because I use myself as an example, because I have been through the mill, wrung out and everything else, with things that I had no control over. So I learned about that, about control. I learned, and I'm still learning about the boundaries, and I learned how to have peace in my life. I was brought up in a family that taught that, okay, and came from a place of love. I was very fortunate that way. But what I'm going to say to you today is this new moon, this full moon, Scorpio full moon that's coming. This is my angel pouch. One of my cousins gave me this a long time ago. If you can see, it has the angel in it. I always show some of my interesting things. I have a lot of interesting things. And we also have the moon and the stars there. And it goes on your belt. It's very 60s, 70s, which is my jam. Okay. So we're going to ask the angels, gods and goddesses, what's happening for you now? Now, there was somebody on social media today who said, how do I find peace? It wasn't on my platform, okay? But I just sat there and thought, you find peace by walking away from the things that are not peaceful, are too harsh for you, whether it's chemicals that you're putting on your body, whether it's what you're ingesting with food, what you're watching on television. You know, you can't believe everything now because there's so many things taking over. And I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to get banned. But we know what's going on. And if you're watching this, you know what's going on. And you want to live a more natural life. Okay? And find that peace. And you find the peace by setting the boundaries. Once I started this business, and it was in the 90s, I started, you know, locking the door, turning the ringer off, and doing what I needed to do to get my business going. I was very serious about it, and that's how I built a beautiful business. Now I'm trying to get back to it. I've been in grief. You guys who know me know that because I lost my son. But now I have to push myself, and I keep getting messages from my son that that's the right thing, and he wants me to be okay. So you're finding pleasure in the things that you do. And the goddess of oneness, someone you love is thinking fondly of you at the moment. So that could be somebody in the heavenly realm, right? I have a few cards here. You've been concerned about home safety, okay? And you've also maybe going through a breakup, and you're noticing the patterns and the repetitions. So these just came out of this, and these are extras, okay? And that I just put in with in my pouch, but they're here for a reason today, I feel. So you're concerned about your home safety. You may be going through a breakup, and the reason is because you started noticing the patterns and the repetitions. And it says, angel of a new life, an exciting new chapter in your life is about to unfold. This is going to be a very interesting moon, especially if you have fixed placements. It's also Scorpio. So Scorpio has a hard time letting go, but this moon is going to help you to do what you need to do, okay? Scorpios are very loyal. They hang in there, they hold on. If you're not a Scorpio, we have everything in our chart, is what I was told. I'm not an astrologist, so please note that. But if you are a Scorpio, this moon may help you to move forward, okay? And I believe it's tomorrow, okay? And it says, Angel of Addiction Healing. This is a time of positive transformation and healing. If you are struggling with any form of addiction, please get the help. It's very difficult to do it on your own and learn about it, okay? But first you have to admit, and that's the thing. And for some of us, we are with people or were with people who would not admit it. You could see it. Everybody around them sees it, except for the monkeys that they call them flying monkeys. Although they say that's not socially acceptable anymore, but you know what I'm saying. They have friends that they call friends, but they're really acquaintances because they are it's like Good Time Charlies or Charlene's, whichever, you know, those kind of people. So Angel of Abundance, a steady flow of abundance is about to manifest. Angel of Healing, the angels have felt your sadness and have shown up today to send you healing. Goddess of Psychic Protection, what you believe you create, no one can harm you. So you're having an awakening, and you are realizing that this has been a pattern in your life, and you had a lot of love. And you wanted to show people peace, but you have to let go of some of the people who really don't want you to have peace, okay? And so you have goals. Healing again. Blank, endless possibilities. Purpose. You can't do your purpose if you're doing for everybody else. So you go with the flow and flow with what you know, right? Rejuvenation. You're going to start feeling much better now because you're changing your atmosphere. Whether that means that you're just going out during the day to sit by the water or go to a park or take a walk or even just go on the Peloton and put the hills or whatever you look at when you're on there. You're doing something that has movement in it. And that's very significant. Because when we stagnate, nothing moves, okay? And so it's important, even if you are, you know, need to get a physical therapist, some of you may need that so that they can teach you what is the right way to move with whatever is going on that might be enabling you from moving, okay? A lot of us are experiencing a lot of different symptoms. And there's a lot going on with our health care and things like that. So, you know, the stress, think about yourself right now. Think about what you need to do. Because stress in your body it could take you out, baby. So you're paying attention to the signals. You're going to get your enthusiasm back. You're going to get your balance back. And laughter, that's the best thing. My sister and I have to beg her to stop, and she does the same thing with me, because we are like rolling. We're laughing so much, and that's a really good thing. And I believe this is from Ashley from the Reckoning Co. It says, when you focus on the good gets better. Yeah, I think she put this in with, I think there was something that she sent me. Sometimes we have to give it a go without a solid support system. Just you, the universe, and a vision only you can see that's still enough to carry on. And there, I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but there is a Make-A-Wish. There is a dandelion in that state where, you know, it's so fluffy and you blow all those little, I used to think they were like little angels that flew away. But yes, and if you don't have a solid support system, it may be because you have to do this on your own to create something. There's some kind of a project, okay? And you're going to do it. I'm going to do a part 2 for you. Enough is enough. I can't go on. Goodbye, mister.